What's up, folks? How y'all doing? I've been having a lot of fun with the posts as of late, and I just had to declutter my fucking mind the other day so I could just finally get some sleep. It was worth it. I needed it. You know, sometimes when you just want to let things off of your chest and you do it in a productive way, fuck, it felt great last night. Continuing on with that streak, though, I want to talk about two things that lead into the bigger topic. It has to do with how society is bullshit. Funny, I remember Sticks making a video. Actually, he made two videos way back when, before he started his free fall. How society is bullshit. Now, I'm going to pick up where he left off, but in talking about Canada. And it has to do with these two things. From the philosophical lens, I'm not claiming to be an expert. I just want to... I'd like to pride myself in thinking that I've gained gnosis through something that I've already kind of knew innately, and I didn't have a lot of life experience. This is from my own childhood. And it started to become more and more clear as time went on, but I feel like what definitively struck for me was the pandemic. Because I've always said, even in my past videos, like, imagine if shit hit the fan. I don't know what that would look like, but it would look like a big dubious lie. Something where we had to do things for the greater good. I don't believe in the greater good. What you guys call for the greater good is not good for me. Like, how do you define that? This is one of the billion-dollar questions that humanity will destroy themselves over, even if that means nuclear war, atomic bombs, just to say that they're on the right side of fucking history and what they're doing is moral compared to the next place. Reminds me of the rhetoric that America's the great Satan. Satan is over there, walking around with them camels and shit, being a suicide bomber. No, the great Satan's on the other side, allowing their women to have freedom of choice in driving. All that stuff. And then you have Russia, for some reason, saying, yeah, the satanic movement, we're going to crack down on it. It's like, okay, good luck. All right, good luck, dude. I don't know how you're going to get rid of your chapter of the Satanic Temple, if you guys even have that, but whatever. The point being, we have been lied to, folks. We have been lied to. I'm not an expert, but I pride myself in saying this with fucking conviction. Because I feel like I've been vindicated a plethora of times. Two things. Two fucking things. We're not as civil as y'all want to fucking believe. And we're not as educated as we arrogantly like to claim we are. And I also say that for the second part with some ounce of humility. Looking back when I was an atheist and I've reached the age of reason, boy was I a pompous little shit. I'm still a pompous little shit now. I don't know what I'm going to say about myself in the next 5-10 years. Hell, I don't even know what I'm going to say the next hour about myself, because you're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to go through life changing your mind and having experiences. And I find like the deepest thinkers are usually the ones that have embraced the absurdity, and they're kind of weird, they're kind of fucked up, but they're still functional anyways. Not on the road to self-destruction like Sticks. So yeah, I know I'm picking on him quite a bit, but I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed in the guy. In him and with him. Anyways, we're not as civil as y'all think we are. We're not as educated as y'all like to think. Because we have the internet, we have all the information at the access point of our fucking fingertips. We're better than everybody. We're so arrogant. We like to make fun of the Europeans. Oh, it's a stereotype that they think they're more educated because that's where civilization started and stuff like that. The Greeks and shit. Even the Greeks have an arrogance about them that doesn't, that they haven't necessarily earned. We gave you guys all these things, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, you guys are still holding up ideas that don't fucking serve you if you live here in Canada. And you're brainwashed, too. Funny. You guys seem to forget what happened to Socrates, but I digress. Anyways, let's talk about civility. Civility. Western civilization. Civic. The social contract. Yeah, the social contract that I never signed, number one. Number two, I never agreed to it. We're just tolerating things that, to a certain point, we're all gonna get sick and tired of. And I had low tolerance for bullshit way before y'all decided to catch up. Before y'all decided, hey, maybe this liberty thing is good after all. Maybe this idea of freedom of speech is good, because there's some things now that I'm starting to realize as an NBS that I don't agree with, but I'm being censored. Why is that? Maybe it is a good idea that people are defending themselves with a firearm and these laws don't make any fucking sense, because I'm starting to change my mind on certain things. Well, Shia, what did you fucking think when we were talking about it? Like, why do people still think of this whole fucking arrogance of, oh, well, why do you need a gun? Well, why do you guys need all these fucking cars for? You don't need a fucking Tesla. Who am I to say that? Well, I'm asking as someone who's just being, playing devil's advocate. That's who I am. Playing devil's advocate because I gotta make a fucking point. Why do you need a Tesla? Why do you need 3 Teslas? Why do you even need a Tesla, period? Why do you even need a fucking car? Oh, but I have to drive. I have to get around and do things. Yeah, but you don't need that. We have public transit. We have public transit. You don't need that. Just like you guys want to sit down here and say you guys don't need guns. We have the fuzz. Okay, but at the time when you need the fucking fuzz, they ain't around. So then what? Anyways, civilization. To believe that we're the most civilized being, even though we are unnaturally in the sense of we have to go with the flow on things that we don't necessarily agree with, and we're being forced into a box that doesn't make any fucking sense. And you guys want to sit here and tell me that I have to do things for the greater good? The pandemic already vindicated me a long time ago before you guys even blinked. We are animalistic. We are selfish. Why would I want to do things for the greater good? How is doxing an individual for an opinion that you guys find uber disgusting a good justification to ruin that person's life? How is that civil? How is it civil to disarm people when they know their situation better than you? That's the thing I don't understand. Never did, never fucking will. I understand that your experience will shape the way you are in your current form, but if you haven't evolved and turned, like, for the better, I guess you could say, for the sake of the fucking argument, what's the point? There are people that are stuck in their ways. They're walking, talking egos, and there's no actions to back up what, dude, hurry up, because I'm gonna cross you. Okay? Boomers are notorious for that. My in-laws, my God, they're change averse. A lot of people are stuck in their old ways, and these ways are not serving them. So, like, I feel like at this point, you gotta leave these people behind, even if you deep down want what's best for them. But if they don't want to help themselves out, there's nothing I can do. I cannot outsource my brain to you. I need that. I just like, you know, we grew up in my generation grew up like we had to be the heroes of the fucking world, but in the end, you're living long enough that you turn into the fucking villain. And not every story needs a hero. Sometimes the heroes are the fucking villains. Sometimes you fucking need that. And sometimes you need things in life to shake up society and say, wow, we need to fucking change this. And when people hear the New World Order, they freak the fuck out, which I understand. But for me, as someone who practices chaos magic, it's a different idea behind it. You're the one who is experiencing the chaos within yourself, and that which the divinity that permeates outside of you as well. But you're still the point of singularity. You're creating order within your own fucking chaos, and then through there you're going along, well, spontaneity or whatever, going along, or maybe not, with the Tao, with the flow. Why should you change your own nature? Why should I change my instincts or just ignore my instincts, thinking that I know I'm a selfish prick, but why should I deny my animal instincts, my divine madness, my insanity, and go along with the lie that we're so civil? Yeah, sure we are. What was so civil going on during the pandemic? I don't believe that. None whatsoever. You guys thought you were doing the right thing by snitching on your neighbors. And I could turn around and say, well, look, I was only telling them on the government because they were doxing people. And that's a person's private property. And I, as a judge, could look at that person's opinion and say, yeah, it might be fucking disgusting, but did they go out and did they kill anybody? Are they out here causing, they're like the Discordians of their own storyline or of the government? You see, that's the other thing. These paid actors, the Discordians, is just another word. It just popped up in my fucking head. Because I do believe that the world is a fucking stage and it's being taken advantage of, not for the fucking better. But the pandemic was a beautiful execution to just show all of that. And you already had a few little pockets here and there of social engineering going on here in society anyways. Believe that you're civil all you want. You could believe that you're also highly educated. Sure you are. So all this amount of fucking education, but a lot of yous are all fucking indoctrinated. There's mis and disinformation, and my arrogant ass, just looking back at it, I've been thinking about this for a while now. How arrogant was I in thinking that, the people back in the ancient times didn't know, people still were operating in, in sand and shit. But what came out of it are these civilizations, and I am of the opinion that there are lost civilizations that were more advanced than maybe the Greeks, maybe the Romans, maybe the fucking Egyptians, and whatever the fuck. That they just don't want to tell us because things have naturally been destroyed or have been destroyed with another human being's intent. Hey, we still don't know how the pyramids were a thing. What sort of technology were they fucking using, sort of thing. So all of these ideas in terms of occultism and spiritual alchemy and technology were already a thing and very well versed and understood prior to what we call cosmopolitan today, contemporary, postmodern. Like, the ancients fucking got it. And we're over here arguing how many genders there are. And I'm saying to myself, there's 2 genders. But you have anomalies that happen in between this fucking spectrum. Meaning, intersex people are a thing. And whatever. Like, I don't know all the scientific labels, but I'm aware of intersex. And how everybody chooses to express themselves is of their own volition. But I'm a straight female. It's not often that you hear straight females talk about men that they find attractive. But I was called a whore once for that. 16 years old, that was very hormonal and was very sexually frustrated. Oh, but I'm a whore. Oh, okay, all right. And also had some self-esteem issues as well. Rejected myself before allowing other people to get to know me because I was too weird. No one will like me. And I didn't allow people to get to like me. I'm not walking around saying that I'm a fucking tomboy. Like, I identify as a tomboy. No, I mean, I like things where men stereotypically have interests in. And I don't discriminate on the whole traditional tradcon thing. It's like, why do I keep genderizing cooking and cleaning? Like, that's so weird to me. It's so fucking weird. There's men in my life that love fucking cooking. Why aren't you calling them simps? Why aren't you calling them beta males? That's weird to me, dude. That's fucking weird. And people like that, in my opinion, are corny. But all this to say, you know, getting away from the Reddit takes. Reddit. The ancients had it right. We think we're so educated because of the internet. Thanks to the fucking algorithm, they're turning everybody into a bunch of parrots. I don't hear any organic opinions. I don't hear that, just fucking echo chambers. People keep repeating the same old slogans. I catch myself doing it too. It's not like I'm not aware. At least I'm aware enough to admit it. Haven't heard anybody say remotely anything intelligent as of late. Except myself. We're all out here figuring out that there's been lies upon lies. All the amount of mis and disinformation. You think when you get older, you get wiser. Yeah, you can just get older and not be wise in your fucking years. You know, all these whites that I'm starting to grow out are not there for no fucking reason. How does one have this innate knowledge and they never lived, like, you know, a long life in order for you to figure that out? Do you think the boomers understand all this shit? No, I see what's going on with the boomers, and they themselves are infantilized little things that just continuously want to work until they're fucking dead. And it's like, okay, well, that's all you know, then that's all you know. But I'm not going to be there to fucking save you. I'm not going to take any of your fucking advice. You just got to get a better high-paying job. Okay, we're done. We're done. Bye-bye. That sort of thing. We're so highly educated, we argue over the dumbest things. Really stupid things. Knowledge has half-truths, mostly false crap, and there's gatekeeping. That's the thing. That's why when I had mentioned in my my list, I don't remember exactly everything that I put, but yeah, knowledge is power, but you know, knowledge without wisdom is useless. Application without wisdom or knowledge behind it is also useless, and it's silly. And there's something in turn that needs to be said about it. You know, and wisdom without knowledge is baseless. Like, there's always something more nuanced that has to give. And with all of these things coming together, I just say it's very reductive, but society's fucking bullshit. I walk around thinking like I am my own pseudo-philosopher. Things I agree with, things that I come across, things that I've experienced, and I can try to give the best possible advice without compromising my ethics and still believing in human decency, but also at the same time understanding that there are people that are not worth your time. There are people that are not worth breathing in the same air as you. There's people in this world that I don't see any humanity, so I'll just treat you like you're a threat. Sounds very fucking harsh, but whatever. And some people say that as, well, that's dangerous rhetoric, maiden. Well, at least I'm fucking vigilant. At least I got it. You try to be stoic. Oh, women being stoic, that's a thing. Yeah, we try to be. We don't act all emotional at every single thing that happens. Have you seen men when they get all emotional? You poke their ego, then you're gonna have some fun. It's not masculinity that's the fucking problem, it's the egos. As one of the points I had mentioned the other day, you know, watching inside the manosphere. And I'm going off on a little side quest here, a mental side quest. Feminists will say that, the masculinity is fragile. No, it's their egos that are fragile because of the amount of insecurity that they fucking have. Women do that too, actually. Women do that too. I've experienced that sort of bullshit from both genders, actually. I don't know what it is about me that people think they could just feel comfortable and expressing their, projecting their shit on me. But when my BS detector catches it, my thing is, I'm going to act like the Black Mirror and I'm going to embarrass you because you deserve it. So, to bring back to this, I just want to see, I like to see this video as like a Black Mirror, just putting some ideas out there. And this is what I think. We're not fucking civil as people like to think they are. Until shit hits the fucking fan, you really don't know how you're gonna act. You really don't know. And then there's the education. You didn't earn your arrogance because you went to fucking school, dude. Motherfucker, I went to school. I am educated. I am. You don't realize how many fucking certifications I have for the one fucking for the one job that I'm in right now. This is just me because I like learning too much. I'm an asshole, and I'm fucking nuts. You know, those that know what I do as a job, don't say it, but you'll understand why. Okay, it's just there's so much to fucking learn. I'm guilty of wanting to know everything, but at the same time, I know nothing. So it's a weird paradox. What are you guys doing? You guys don't know how to drive. You're practically in the middle of the lane, and this guy's almost in my lane. What are you doing, you asshole? See, a lot of you don't know how to drive either. Amazing. It's amazing how I'm supposed to share the roads, and you guys are just being losers even on the road. Fascinating. Very truly fascinating. So yeah, conclusion. Society is bullshit. You think you're all educated? You're not. You're not. You think your education stops after you're done school? Please. High school and college are just as artificial as the real world that you're living in. And you're not so civilized. Get that shit out of your fucking ass, and when shit hits the fan, then you might surprise yourself. Something to meditate upon. I hope I planted some seed in your fucking mind for you to meditate upon. Peace out.